Hello guys. If you guys can hear me, let me know. Very nice listening to some minimal techno. You guys are probably hearing lo-fi though, but I'm over here jamming to some nice techno music. Sadly, I can't play that on YouTube though, otherwise I'm gonna get a copyright strike, so let's not do that. But welcome to the Tuesday market scan. For me, it's at night right now because I'm living in Asia, but it's been a while since I've done a live session during a good time in the US. So most of the action tends to happen during the New York session anyways, so I should really be doing more stuff during the New York session. So without any further ado, let's dive right into it. To everyone who just joined, what's up? Alright, if it sounds good, let's just dive right into it. Couple things to note immediately since yesterday. Pay attention to these two levels over there, right? That is the high and low, and basically just think of them as liquidity. When I actually predicted that things would go down after clearing the liquidity from here. Just I wasn't expecting it to go down like that much. I was perhaps looking for a retracement back into this block maybe, given that you do have the POC, the session POC over there, to give some kind of support, but that wasn't what happened. And now we just have to reevaluate our situation and figure out if there's any trades worth diving back in. Before I do though, if you haven't already followed me on Twitter, you better, because I gave some live trades yesterday, and let's see here, I gave some live trades here. This is the one yesterday. So I already taught you guys to move your stops to break even to remove risk. So if you want like the latest market updates, that's where you're gonna get them, because I'm definitely not making YouTube videos like on the daily, just telling you, hey, move your stops to break even, boys. If you want the updates, make sure you follow me on Twitter. Link will be in the description box below. So a couple things to understand first. You have cleared the liquidity up here and you've cleared the liquidity down here. So according to most conventional standards, and by conventional I mean the market maker standards, you should be going up today. And let's see if we can double confirm this with the heat map. Currently you have some form of resistance right above here. So that's, if I'm going to be honest though, I feel like I'm pretty sure that you're going to just bust through the resistance, because we'll see how it goes. But following conventional market maker just concepts, once you overcome like 39,000, which is you're very close to overcoming 39,000, it's going to be very, very beautiful. There is, as you can see on the heat map as well as the VPVR, there's not really much resistance in the way until maybe 41k. So do I think today is going to be a good day for bulls? Hopefully, I think so, because it's not definitely a Wednesday yet, it's just Tuesday. And if you follow along with conventional market maker standards, then the high of the week tends to come on Wednesday, or who knows, usually on Wednesdays. So if the high of the week actually came on Monday, I'd be very, very surprised. So with that said, let's try to dive into it. So I'm just going to recap some trades that I talked about yesterday, which is, for one, AVAX. Now AVAX, do I think it's still good? Yeah. So that was the trade that I laid out yesterday. If you haven't already watched yesterday's live stream, make sure you do. So is AVAX looking good? Yes and no. So a couple things to take a note here is the fact that you have relatively equal lows over here. which means that there is a chance that you might just go down and take out the liquidity before reversing. So we already stopped, like this trade already got stopped at break even, so let's just forget that one. So now let's reevaluate. Given that I think there is going to be some sort of liquidity sweep, might not be the best time to get into AVAX at the moment. But at the same time, if Bitcoin's going to start going up, then there's really no reason to believe that AVAX won't follow. Besides that, you know, I posted on Twitter earlier today that Total 2 was on support against Bitcoin. So if there is some time you want to get into altcoins, you know, you could argue that now would be a very good time. So we definitely identified that Total 2 is on support against Bitcoin. We could be pretty certain that Bitcoin is going to start moving upwards. Cannot be too sure about Bitcoin yet though. I would be a lot more convinced if we break above 39,500. I would be really convinced if we broke above that previous high, that from yesterday at 39. Let's see here, at 39,200-ish. Definitely wasn't an unfinished auction there. What if I zoom in? What if I zoom out to the 1 hourly? Is there an unfinished auction? Not really. So price might not necessarily be attracted to that level, which is sad because we want there to be an unfinished auction. But yeah, currently 39,500 is going to be resistance, although I don't really think that it's going to be resistance, because if you really do start moving towards 39,500, then that is a clear indication that you're going to sweep liquidity. So if you go there, then you could see some kind of a rejection, but otherwise the trend is upwards. Let me know if for those of you who are in the live stream, comment down some coins that you feel like are good, coins that I should take a look at. Don't show me like a shit coin. Give me like an actual coin that you think is actually looking good. I'll try to go through them. I will take a look at HBAR. Wow, it's really been a while since I've looked at HBAR, but HBAR, let's take a look here. Say it's very close to a key level. Trendline will look very beautiful as well. By the way, at the same time that you guys are commenting your coins, let me know if you guys can hear the music, because I'm pretty sure I'm playing music for you guys. Let me know if you guys can hear it. Okay, interesting. I am going to set an alert on HBAR for this level, because you do have relatively equal... No, you actually swept the lows, so with that assumption in mind, this is the, are we at the 0.5? Yeah, we just found support at the 0.5. So by conventional standards, HBAR should be a pretty good long here. I'm going to note this down. I am going to note this down. I'll set a couple of alerts. I'll get back to this one. For now, let's have a scan through more coins first. Somebody asked me to do XLM, so let's take a look at XLM. Stellar. Notice what I'm doing right now. I'll explain to you a little bit about my thought process. Every time immediately right after I start looking at a chart, first thing I do, mark out key levels on the daily. When I say key levels, what I mean is mark out levels where historically price has had some kind of rejection or support at. So that's what I'm doing right now. So if you guys always see me go onto the daily chart first, that's what I'm doing, and it's very important that you do that, because oftentimes most beginners, especially beginners, they fall into the trap of thinking, oh my god, something's happening on the 1 minute chart, I need to get in on that, when in reality they have not even marked out their higher time frame levels. That's really how they get messed up from trading, because you have to predicate your trades off of the higher time frame levels. You start high and then you go low. So definitely mark out your key levels first if you haven't already done that. Honestly speaking, many of these altcoins are looking superb. The only thing that's holding me back potentially is well, Bitcoin definitely looks to be making a move, so I guess it is time to go long then. This is probably the trade that I will look at. Some short-term TPs will be there. Ultimate TP should be there though, but you can take your first take there. I'd say this is worth a shot. Let's see if we can narrow it down a little bit. If there's any session POCs for us to use as potential support. Nope, no session POCs, so probably going to have to do something like that. This is a trade idea that I would go for. I'm going to 3 TPs. Going to share this trade on the this is not an official call yet. I will call them in a bit, but I will share this on your private Discord group first. Well, HBAR really rang quick, yeah. HBAR, comparatively speaking, compared to XLM, doesn't look that good for a long, but you cannot forget that there are 2 equal highs over there. So let's see if we can identify this on. Let's see if we can see something on the heat maps. Oh wow, okay, no. Right. Do we see anything on a heat map? Oh, those are unfinished auctions if I've ever seen one. That means price is likely going to be attracted to those highs. What about that low there? Oh yeah, that's an unfinished auction as well. It's going to be immediate resistance somewhere about 218. Could be a pretty good scope. This one could be a good scope. But I'll get back to this. I will get back to this. So assuming we go on the POC, stop maybe below the POC, targeting 0.218. So somewhere about there at the previous high. So I'm gonna leave this idea somewhere first. I'll call that in a bit if it is good. Notice how I am going through many coins, and you know, I'm very selective about my trades. I'm not jumping into everything immediately. Like, oh, this looks good, let's jump into it. You know, no. You know, you have a look at many first, and then pick out the trades that look the best to you. I would argue a reason why a lot of people get wrecked is because they try to jump into everything like immediately, and it's never a good idea. By the way, if you find out you've already learned something from the stream, like the video, like the stream, like the video. It really helps out a lot. It's not a, you know, it's a pretty small gesture, but I'd be immensely grateful if you did. Right, we talked about, oh, okay, algo is beautiful as well. So this is another trait that I'm going to be looking at. Probably move the stop a little bit further. That's going to be TP1, that's 2, and session POC is probably going to be number 3. We'll have to see though. Something like that, probably. So algo is number 3. Algo looks good. Somebody said to look at algo with market cipher. Sure. I wonder what will be present on algo with market cipher. What time frame are you talking about? Daily? Daily doesn't look that good. 8? 4? 4 doesn't look that good either. 1? Okay, 1 looks comparatively better, but still not something that screams, you know, jump into this, jump into me right now, you know. Let me know what you're looking for on market cipher. Like, what do you want me to see on market cipher? I don't really see much. Even with the Heikanashi. With IMX's recent news and pump, have we broken recent? Whoa, okay, yes, you have broken negative price discovery, that's for sure, yes. Now you look at this block over here to jump into IMX. Let me see if we can back this up with a fib. So yeah, you want to look for an entry in this block right here. Yes, so yeah, this is, yes, you have broken negative price discovery. Honestly, you'd love to see it, but let me just share this with the folks in the private Discord group. I will get back. Man, listening to some nice techno music while doing live streams, always dope. Remember, this is your daily reminder to set alerts. There is no way that I can do what I do without setting alerts. Use alerts, they are your best friend. Set alerts. Yes, this live stream will be posted right afterwards. So don't worry, you will be able to watch the replay. In fact, I was thinking about getting my editor to cut out certain chunks from live streams to turn them into short videos. Sadly, my editor isn't very well versed in the world of crypto, so I will have to give him the exact specifications of which part I wanted to cut out and turn into, smaller musics. And I would love to change the music to techno if there was copyright-free techno music that I can play, because to my knowledge, I have not been able to find that. ILA broke negative price discovery. Let's have a look then. I would not say that is breaking out of negative price discovery, my friend. No, that is definitely not breaking out of negative price discovery. Okay, let me answer a couple of questions, since I see a lot of questions being asked. Hello, do you think for DeFi season to actually happen, ETH has to outperform the market like it did during EIP 1559 in July end, and that is when the DeFi coins popped first and hard? That means till ETH 2.0 release actually happens, which has now been pushed to June 2022, DeFi on ETH will be dead. June, July might actually be the time market tries for all-time highs again. DeFi tries for all-time highs again, and till then corrective and lower highs and lows. That is a very fair point. Not something I would have thought about, but very fair point. Now there is two. I'll give you my thoughts about the situation. Yes, ETH 2.0 will be a very, very big catalyst for how DeFi is going to perform, especially DeFi projects based on Ethereum, on the Ethereum network. But at the same time, it doesn't mean that DeFi is going to keep underperforming, because just like how you take a look at DeFi Perp, it is looking primed for some kind of an up move. So I would agree with you on the fact that, DeFi, the biggest gains on DeFi will probably not come until ETH 2.0 is out. But to say, you definitely don't want to be completely ignoring DeFi, thinking that ETH 2.0 will hold it back. I mean, it will, but that's my take. It's like, still get into DeFi, but understand that perhaps the biggest gains is going to come somewhere around June, July, once ETH 2.0 is out. And man, I am excited for ETH 2.0. I mean, I'm not really worried about gas fees. I'm cool with the gas fees. Really doesn't affect. It only really affects some people, but man, ETH 2.0 will make things really, really fun. Like, it will bring so much attention into NFTs. I don't know how ETH 2.0 is going to work yet, because I haven't been following up with that, but I'd say right now, with crypto about to start going into some kind of a pump, this is not like, get into NFTs. NFTs are sort of in a bear market right now, are starting to go into a bear market right now, and I would say that the situation in the NFT markets are going to get worse as the next 2 to 3 months comes along. So now is actually like, now to the next 2 to 3 months, heading into Ethereum 2.0 would be a good time to get yourself involved in NFTs. If Ethereum 2.0 is actually going to come in June, then it doesn't take a genius to understand that it's going to bring a lot of retail attention into Ethereum 2.0, into NFTs, because. So, with that in mind, you could get into NFTs during the next 2 to 3 months. Sort of front run the markets a little bit. Understand that retail attention is going to come in a lot, and take advantage of that. You know what I mean? Have I ever considered voice But if you don't mind, could I know why you would ask that? You know, fun fact, I was never really confident about my voice. I thought it sounded too shallow for a man, you know, for a guy. You hear voices like Morgan Freeman. I know it's a very unfair, you know, comparison if you compare yourself to, say, people like Morgan Freeman and people like Tom Hiddleston. Oh man, Tom Hiddleston's voice is, ooh. Like if I was a lady, I would get really hot and bothered by Tom Hiddleston. But yeah, you look at guys with deep voices like them, and you're like, man, I kind of sound like a girl. It might not be apparently, you know, it might not be immediately apparent because I'm speaking softly into a nice mic with a little bit of EQ, but yeah, I was never really confident about my own voice. My voice acting of retailers doing TA is the funniest. I never even knew that was a thing. Would you say AR is out of negative price discovery? Let's take a look. It's not really in a negative price discovery though. It's definitely not in negative price discovery. If anything, this is looking quite nice. We've just cleared out liquidity there. Now all you want to see is a break above $34. Right? Break above that, come back here. That's the entry that you get back into. That's the entry you go into. But first steps first, you need a break above 34. Setting a couple of alerts, so let's see how it plays out. Oh, you were looking at the KuCoin AR chart. No wonder. Odds of a capitulation. I don't think there is very high odds for a capitulation, and I'll share my reason why. You take a look at Bitcoin and then you pull up the logarithmic growth curves and you pull up MRC. Yeah, you could have some kind of a risk for capitulation, but honestly, it's not likely. Let me just turn off the super trend. Honestly, it's not likely. Let's just say that. It depends on a few other factors as well, though. Let me just take a look at the funding rate and open interest. Then so let's take a look at the open interest. If anybody knows any resources for you to get BTC long to short ratio at a period longer than 24 hours, please comment down in the comment section below. I have been using CoinGlass this whole time. I cannot find relevant data above 24 hours. Doesn't seem to be particularly. So take a look at open interest here. It doesn't suggest that there is going to be a capitulation. You could argue that even back then, when open interest was around, around this point, which is 30 billion, you had a capitulation. But at the same time, At the very least, funding rates do not suggest that we will be in for a. I don't think we're going to be in for capitulation. The funding rate doesn't seem that bad. You know what I mean? Let me have a look at. I wanted to look at something. I don't think there is going to be capitulation, but I mean the risk is definitely still there. But given that crypto fear and greed, we are already in extreme fear. Could it still happen? Yeah, absolutely. But let's take a look at Bitcoin Volatility Index to figure out if that will actually be the case. We'll have to turn off the. Right, actually, I should talk about the Bitcoin logarithmic growth curves before I start talking about. So, check it out. You know, we've been finding support exactly at that Bitcoin logarithmic curve. So, given that we are also at pretty much the bottom of, not really the bottom, but like kind of a bottom at logarithmic growth curves, you can see that, you know, potentially capitulation might not be likely. If it is though, that's what stop losses are for. If you're not using stop losses, you should be. Stop losses exist for a reason, and they are meant to be used. So many people don't use stop losses, and then when Bitcoin dumps by like 20% overnight, their altcoins go down by like 30-40%, and they're wondering, why did they, you know, why does this happen to me? Why is this world so unfair? You know, something like that. But in reality, everything can be solved with a simple stop loss. Just set a stop loss, you know, if capitulation re-happens, you got yourself covered. But at the same time, if you don't want to realize the losses, then just keep your positions open and, you know, potentially just sell it when it's closer to break even or when it's back into profit. But just be ready to wait a very long time for that to happen. By the way, to all of you guys watching this video, if you haven't already liked it, please do. And please comment down in the comment section below BTC. It's a small gesture, but really helps out the YouTube algorithm out a lot, and I would be greatly appreciative if you could do that. So that would be BTC. But anyways, let me go through a few other questions, and you know, let's continue doing the market scan. So somebody posted a BTC chart. So let me take a look. Oh right, that looks pretty valid. So on the wick, on the bodies. Okay, so on the bodies, something like that. Yeah, that would look pretty valid. Yeah, it's a pretty good job for noticing that. I'd say it's valid. Yeah. So somebody asked me to take a look at SRM. So let's take a look at SRM. Ooh, that is a strong downtrend if I've ever seen one. Just remove all these lines. Wait, actually, yeah, let me just remove all the lines. And let's start with a fresh new chart. Again, marking out key levels. You always want to start your analysis on a higher time frame before you dive into the lower ones. Big mistake retail traders tend, especially beginners, tend to make when they first get started in the market. Start off high, zoom in. Right, start high, go down. Okay, so with that in mind, you are at a key support on SRM right now. If you were looking for reversal, I'd say, like honestly, like so many coins are at a reversal point at the moment. So SRM is good. Trader Joe is probably looking good as well. But so many coins are at reversal points. I would honestly go so far as to say that like there's no reason to be getting bearish at this moment in time. It's just so beautiful. A lot of these coins just look absolutely wonderful. So that's sort of going to be my 3 TPs on this trade. Going to share this in the private group first, and then we will get back to it. So somebody taught me to take a look at sand. It's coming back to a bullish order block. I would say it already has filled in the bullish order block. So again, man, just look at all these coins that are on the verge of breaking out. Like you don't. If I could just go long on every single coin, I would. Yeah, it just looks good. Oops. Okay, my conclusion is pretty much, you know, a lot of these coins you can pretty much just go market long. I mean, not financial advice, of course, but, you know, all of these coins are just so, like, they're beautiful at the moment. You're at key levels. You have some kind of a consolidation pattern in the form of a falling wedge. Just beautiful. Honestly, you could probably go long on anything and it's probably going to work out. You know, ones I'm looking at is Sand, you know, SRM, that's a good one. Algo is a good one as well. HBAR not so much. XLM, right? XLM, SRM, Sand, and let's take a look. Algo. Yeah, XLM, Algo, SRM, and Sand. You know, all these look beautiful. Keep them coming, boys. Keep them coming. Let's try to get charts. Let's try to get charts out and to the masses. And by the way, if you guys want to follow along with my basically live trades and everything, check out the private Discord group. The link will be in the description box below. If you're not interested, don't do it. If you're interested, that's where you step up your trading game. Luna as well. Somebody said that there was a cup and handle. Yeah, that is a cup and handle. I already mentioned that Luna was going to go for a new all-time high. So, should we get into Luna? The only risk with taking on this many trades, going long at the same time, is that if BTC retraces, then everything's gonna get stopped out at once. So that's the risk. But nevertheless. To the folks in the private group, I'm going to call exact entries later. For now, I'm just, noting down a lot of ideas. Yeah. A lot of vaults are beautiful at the moment. Just absolutely beautiful. Assuming that we are in the beginning phases of a market cycle, then yeah, these entries are going to be absolutely beautiful. By the way, guys, if you've never heard, if you don't listen to Boris Breakout, you need to have a listen. Man's a genius. How's it going in California? I'm not actually in California, but I might make a trip there shortly. I might be heading to California, Los Angeles in a bit, to watch LeBron and the Lakers get absolutely destroyed by other teams. It's really sad. For those of you in the private group, if you actually click on my profile, you can see that my status says Lakers are effed. I switched that status in the beginning of last year after they traded for Russell Westbrook. I have not changed my mind since. I don't know why they traded for Russell Westbrook. There are any basketball fans here? My goodness, it's so brutal to watch. Russell Westbrook isn't even the problem, They traded away so many key players, it's just sad to watch, man. I'm like a big LeBron fan, but man. Can I repeat the guy's name? I'm gonna type it in the chat. Okay, so let's go through a few more coins. I actually have to get going in about half an hour, but let's try to get some coins out so that you guys have a good idea of what's going to be a good coin. Let's take a look at Gala. Somebody asked for Gala. Now this one looks, it already is breaking out. So, me personally, I'm gonna give you the entry that I would be looking at. Now I'm listening to a little bit of Beatbox. To those who might or might not know, I am a big fan of Beatbox music. Something like that would be a good entry, unless it wants to wipe out liquidity. If it does, then that's going to be... I'm going to set an alert at this... Oh wait, yeah, I keep forgetting that I'm on the logarithmic chart. Okay, so I'm gonna set an alert here because I will envision something like this, right? It will break below this low, but at the same time it's going to retest the trend line, and then that's when you dive in. So you could argue that you have a bullish order block over here, which would be a beautiful area to get in, but at the same time you cannot, it doesn't really retest the trend line, you know what I mean? Especially because you haven't broken structure yet. Oh man, King Inertia, what a drop. How many members are in the private Discord? I think as of right now it's about 550. Yeah, anyways, if you broke above this high during this move, then you would definitely look for that block over there for an entry. But as of right now, you know, you haven't. So currently I've set an alert on both sides so that whatever happens, I'm going to be there to take advantage of it. So somebody mentioned XCAD network. It could be interesting, yeah, other than the fact that there's a lot of liquidity over there. Yeah, something like this maybe. So I would probably go with, you know, let's zoom in and let's take a look. Is there any POCs that we can take advantage of to place a stop? Nope, there is no POCs. So we're just going to go with a flat 3% stop loss and targeting there. Man, if there's anyone here that listens to Beatbox, type in chat. I'm listening to some Hartzell right now. Man, it's dope. LeBron stat padder. Yeah, he's actually good, you know, if you actually watch the live games. But hey, you know, everyone has very strong opinions about LeBron. And me personally, I'm a big fan. XCAD, so that's my idea. Right, I think I forgot to set an alert on XCAD. I would not want to miss this one. Put on Beatbox so you guys can hear it too. I would love to, except I'm going to immediately get copyright striked. Do I like metal music? No, I'm much more of a fan of EDM music. You know, anything that has to do with a beat and, you know, some electronic music. I am a big fan. Where do we take profits today? I like your username, my friend. It's a very nice username. Where do we take profit today? I'll update you guys on Twitter, so make sure you follow me on Twitter if you haven't already. Although I have not jumped into any of these trades myself, I am still just sharing some ideas. I'll shortlist them shortly. So a lot of people are talking about FTM. I have no idea why you guys are so interested in FTM. Is the bottom in? No. I don't know. Wait, let's see. Use your swipe liquidity there. If you hold this block, if you make a higher low at this block here, and you proceed to break this high, then yes, that is going to be the bottom. Until that happens though, no, all bets are off. Actually, you could argue that it did break market structure. No, not really. Yeah, you did really. Okay, so you did break market structure already, and you came back down into this bullish order block to make it high low. So technically, downtrend should be over. But honestly, I wouldn't get involved in it as of right now because there's just so many other coins that look so much more interesting. Oh yeah, I am a big fan of trance music. House not so much, but trance. I am in the same boat as you there. Somebody has been talking about Unfi a lot, so let's go check it out. Honestly, I am a big fan of Unfi. As you can see, I actually placed a I actually talked about this recently. Yeah, I actually talked about this recently in the private Discord group. Turns out, I think it would have been perfect if I called it. Yeah, it would have been spot on perfect. Wow, that would be an instant 10%. Sadly, I didn't call it though. So yeah, I think Unfi is good. You know, you have your range high over there, and you have your range low. You can see clearly, you just buy at range low and targeting the range highs, basically. So yeah, Unfi is looking good, honestly. Above and Beyond is solid trance. I will check him out. I will check it out right after the stream. Actually, I might as well do it now since I'm playing music on my phone, on my headphones. So I can definitely check it out right now. Oh, they've performed for Circle. That's when you know they're good. His incredible reaction to this psychedelic improvisation. What a video title, but I will check it out, my friend. Unfi looks beautiful. Do I trade equities or the forex markets? Actually no. I used to, but not anymore. Crypto, I mean, as you can probably see, I have my hands full with just crypto alone, so don't really have time for the others. Somebody says there is a falling wedge on Solana. So let's check out Solana. Look at how strong 82 has been. I've been talking about 82 for a very long time. Falling, wow, that is quite a steep one, if I do say so myself. Yeah, not as interesting as the others. Thanks for Unfi. You can make 1% or 10%. Also, how does that work? Like, how would you gain like 1 or 10% every day? I don't remember Unfi having a staking protocol, although I haven't been following Unfi. I do hold a bag of Unfi though. Fun fact. I don't... Velas. Somebody told me to check Velas. No, I don't really see any points of interest. At least not really. I mean, you could say this is some kind of an interesting thing, but I don't see any sort of area of value that you could get into. Like, it's clearly broken below this key level here. I don't really see it. I don't really see, like, with these wicks, it just removes any possible area of value that you could get into. So I'm not sure actually. I mean, I would love to give you something more than this, other than this falling wedge, but you know, just buy the breakout, you know what I mean? I wouldn't really go long here. I would wait for a breakout, retest, and then that's where you enter. But otherwise, I don't know. I'm just going to set a couple of alerts just in case. Question, am I not jumping in the commodity train? I will actually. I've wanted to since last year, but haven't got around to doing that. Also, Alpha Preacher, I love Above and Beyond is going above and beyond right now. It's very enjoyable music. Thank you for the recommendation. So let's you know, yeah, let's just shortlist a few trades that I think could be good for today. Assuming BTC is going up, which is not a very clear indication yet, but assuming it is going up, then the trades that you're going to want to look for is XLM, Algo, SRM, Sand, Luna. 5 of these. These will be the top 5 trades for today. Right there. If you want the chart, this is the part where I ask you to. Should I be a scumbag? Fine, I won't be a scumbag. But you know, in return, before I show you the charts, please type in, type like trades, alright? Just comment down in the comment section trades, so that, you know, it's just little action of appreciation for today. Small gesture, but it really helps out the YouTube algorithm out a lot. So let's just dive in. Let's just go back onto those 5 charts to give you guys the exact the ideas that I'm having. This is going to be XLM. Again, to feel free to take this, but you know, just understand that if BTC goes down, all of these trades, because they're all long positions, they're all going to be stopped out at the same time. So I do not want you to take on more than 2% risk per trade. Not even 2%. I wouldn't even go more than 1%, because you're taking 5 trades at the same time. So a 5% risk on account, you know, with one move from BTC, all 5 are going to be stopped out at the same time. So just be aware of that, and please manage your risk. I've said this time and time again, but risk management is the one thing that's going to separate you from everybody else who fails, and whether or not you survive in these markets. People who try to make money fast and think that the crypto markets is a way to get rich quick are probably going to blow up their accounts very, very quickly. As a gift to you after my accident. Oh, you heard about my accident? Get a Sun Ancon machine. Wonder what's that? Oh, it's a chi machine. Right, okay, that definitely looks very interesting. But I probably won't have a use for that. Right, if you're commenting down in the comment section, make sure you smash the like button as well. Really goes a long way. So again, yeah, what was the trades? XLM, so that's XLM. There's Algo, that's me idea. Blue lines are the TPs, but honestly, you could add one more just about here as well. So that's the idea for Algo. We've talked about IMX, we've talked about AR. This is going to be the SRM idea. This is going to be the sand idea. I think that's it. Oh no, Luna. Forgot Luna. But of course, you know, just tweak around with the entries. It's not the exact entry that I'm giving you guys. In fact, I haven't called any of these in my private group. I haven't gave exact entries yet. We'll continue to monitor the situation on Bitcoin and we will see how it develops. Full disclosure, I have not entered into any of these trades yet. I'm just going through a market scan right now. I don't have my trading software pulled up yet, but I will, if they are good. But currently those are sort of the top 5 coins that, if BTC starts going up, those 5 coins are going to be like, mwah. You know, they're going to be beautiful. Just remember, you know, if you want to take your trading game to the next level, maybe follow along with the live trades, check out the private Discord group. Otherwise, follow me on my Twitter at _theartofcrypto for all of the market updates. And I'm gonna log off for now. Thank you all for tuning in. Again, I'm always humbled that 100 of you are willing to take time out of your day to come listen to somebody talk on the internet. Very, very thankful. I hope this live stream has been of value to you. If it has been, drop a like button. But otherwise, you know, may the gains be with you, my friend. Trade safe and peace.